Well, what do you think, folks? We're back again. Welcome to Let's Talk About It. Well, what do you think, folks? We're back again, and we're kind of making it happen. We're going to make it happen again. We're going to have it happen every day at this time. So look at the clock, 10 o'clock. My name is GM Interactive, and my real name is George Miller. Some of you guys have recognized my voice. Got talking to him the other night. I did actually catch a lot of people off guard yesterday, and maybe even again today. We'll find out. Normally, I have people actually already in the Hangout. So one of the first things I want to do out here is help you understand how to get in this Hangout, even before the show, or maybe after the show ends, you can stay in the Hangout and it's just not on the air anymore. It's not live anymore. And we can get into a little more detail, perhaps, although we actually do pretty good during the show. So one of my first things that I need to do is help you understand how to get in here. How do you get into this thing? Most of you right now are listening to us on YouTube. And at YouTube, if you see, actually, let's do this a little different. If you need to come in to talk to me, you got to do a little bit more than just watch us on YouTube, right? So if you want to watch, obviously, you can stay right there, make things happen for you. But to get inside here, you have to come to my website. And my website is gminteractive.com. So on gminteractive.com, right on the front page, it's on several places after you get to know the website a little better. But right on the front page, there's a yellow TV. On the bottom part of that yellow TV, there's a blue button. It says Breathe Resort Studio. That's where we're at. I'm sitting in the catbird seat right here at Breathe Resort Studio right now. You see me there in front of you. And what that blue button's going to do for you is it's going to kind of knock on my door, if you will. You won't come live on here automatically. I'll see you in there, and then I push a button and you come on in. You come in with the video and sound. Your video now would be not necessarily an avatar, but there are people that know how to make an avatar happen with their camera. Anyway, so come on in, and we have a discussion talk show that goes into many different topics. And I know it's almost the same every day at the very beginning because there are brand new people in here all the time. But that's what we do. And we can hold, I don't know, up to 10 people. And I got to count myself in there when it comes to the amount in the actual hangout to talk. And we rotate them out and so forth. And on YouTube now, you got off to the right-hand side, you have your chat windows. So on the chat windows, you can make a comment or two, and that actually comes into my studio here too. I don't have it printed on the screen right now, but I could one at a time, or I can actually have it sitting there and just kind of playing depending on the traffic that's taking place. I don't do a lot of advertisements, so you're not going to have, at least this first couple shows, you're not going to have a couple, 3 shows, maybe even a week. But I know that as soon as the activity gets on here, it creates activity. So I've decided in the past, I got over 900 shows already taking place. This is only my second show, in this season, if you will. I was building this place behind me called Breathe Resort. Everything you see here, we're up in the Space Needle right now. And everything you see out here is Breathe Resort. And so it took me a while to do that, 10 years. Well, I was off the air with the Let's Talk About It show for about 5 or 6 years, 6 years now since I've been out. So when I say I'm surprising my old folks, I really am. And once they kind of kick in, they're going to come in bunches, I hope. And it's okay to make that happen. We're specialized in actually getting down to business, right? Getting down to actually talking about our dreams and what we have going for us and so on. And sometimes I even come up with words out here that we, what does it mean to you type thing. But I think the very couple beginning shows are always the oddest, to get going, because I know how much activity and how quick it actually can happen. And then you have too much information coming by at once, and I have to slow that all down. So I'm actually in a slow mode right now. And I'm just wondering, I was going to ask you questions. I'm going to ask you guys questions for a while. We're going to find out if I have any questions down here. Again, name here is George Miller. People call me GM. My actual name in the virtual world out here is GM Interactive Resident. And I have this place. My land is it's an 8x8, so it's 64 sims. 64 sims of information. And during the course of the year, I guess, out here, we're going to visit all the different areas, and you will understand what it was created for, what our feelings were at the time, how each area kind of relates to another area in some way, one way or another. We have a lot of waterfalls and a lot of water. I think water and waterfalls are peaceful times. And there are times, in your life where you just want to sit down and relax all by yourself. Well, we can do that out here. You don't have to be involved, quote, with even coming in to the resort at this time. I can be doing one thing, even on the show, and others can still be visiting our, resort at the same time. Let me get you familiar with what you're looking at here on the screen. Is a bottom white box right now. It doesn't show yourself, but that's the people that are on my land right now. Nobody. So it's okay to kind of come in. If you see people popping in there, I might have to stretch this box out a little bit just to get more room for that to happen. But I want you to see what's going on first. I'll do that kind of as needed, right? But right there is a kind of a total grand picture of all the visitors who are coming in. And you can come in any part of our resort. The first time in, normally, if you don't know what's going on, you come to a welcome center, kind of the default landing area. And here, let's see if I can go down to that. This is my HUD over here on my left. I open that up and I can pop down. Let me stand up here first. I can pop down to my landing center. This right here would be the welcome center for just my land. And I've noticed that I I have this area over here. So if you're really you came in here and you're going, oh, wait a minute, I don't know, this seems a little odd. Now, right now, I have actually been on here about an hour, just a hair, actually under an hour that I've been here. So I've had enough time for all of my property to res in front of me. But the first time you come in, it might take you a little while to have all this happen at once. It's a bigger region than normal, and it's actually pretty loaded than normal. Get back to what I was talking about. When you first come in here, if you're lost and you're going, oops, I didn't really mean this, there's a couple things you can do. This right here sign is wolf sign, right? This is the wolf grid sign. So if you want to go to the Welcome Center, you click that sign right there as an avatar, and you're going to pop down to the Welcome Center of our grid. And you'll have help down there if you have any questions and so on. I am a peacekeeper. My little badge there, right? Peacekeeper. And that is people who are helping the grid kind of understand really what we're all about out here and answer any questions that you might have. So if you come up to a situation and you need help from the grid, that's where you want to go, to the Welcome Center, and find out the particulars of exactly what you want to have happen for you. We have teleporters. This might as well stick with the grid information here now. But we have teleporters right here. And you walk through that teleporter and you'll go down to the fairgrounds. I think the fairgrounds is actually over with right now, but it's open sim World's Fair, but it's still kind of there. It's still there for you to kind of go through and it might not, well, I know it's not as busy as it was when it was fully open, but that's what happens. And you actually can go see the button here, next and back. You actually can go through a lineup of all the different places. There's your different places that you can walk through, and I'll walk through and you'll go to that area, or you can go to the next one, right? Just to give you an idea. That's how that works. This down here button is it's like the menu, right? So you click this button and you get this thing that popped up right underneath my sign. So I'll move this down a little bit. Anyway, and you get to go to all these different kind of channels, if you will, for that. So like activities, okay, the racetrack. You want to go to see about racetracking, whatever. Now you can see these same things. Now this is kind of fancy, if you will, right? And all of this teleporter only works on our grid. I mean, you know, this is all set up especially for the commands and so forth to move you around our grid. Remember the green button on the right kind of changes the channel, if you will, or it changes over to the next one. There you go. You're coming to our place here. Want to play greedy? Now, there's a lot of people. If you own land out here, you can actually put this on your land for free. It comes in the package, and you make it happen for you. But that's how you do that. And if you own land, you actually can put your little prompts in here to help you advertise for the different hot links that you want to have take place. This is the activities, right? When I click down here, I went into activities. Normally it's on events. These are the different events that are happening. Oh, and that's going to stay there because they're, look at, there's so many ways you can do this. If you go over here, this is the grid events, and it went to the Thanksgiving party. Let me show you about this board as long as we're on it. Here's the events, and it has your date and times that the event starts. And normally, and I guess I can't on all these, maybe this one down here. No, all of these guys did not put in their picture. But when you click this, what happens is you put when you put event in as a normal person, see how it recycles by itself. It's just to make sure it's recycled in case I just wanted a event to take place. I could put it in on the main terminal, and it will actually put it in line right in the spot. But anyway, your first thing you do is you click see what you want, and if I wanted this party, I would go to the party, I would click that party, and it changes the picture right here for that party. Now, if I was to click right here, I'm going to go to that party on their own picture. If I would click right over here on the right-hand side, I'd actually go to that party and take place. That one doesn't take place until the 27th. Wow, November. Wow, he's put that in. So, so that's going to be actually sitting right there for a long time. 18th is over with. So today's what, the 19th? Is today 19? Yeah, today's the 19th. So that'd be right here. From here on up, not very many people have it on the 19th. Would be this is all one place. So there still could be more, right? These are only for the people who actually want to advertise on the grid events for the grid. And anybody can do that if you own land and learn how to do it. Okay, so that's what's happening there. And I jump down here. Oh, and there's this right here is a teleporter, but this actually is a teleporter that stays on our land. Okay, and I haven't used that in a long time, so you got to recycle it every once in a while. As an owner, I got things that I have to keep up, if you will. Make sure it's on a current roundabout. Here's the red and green for next and so forth. The Reed Resort. It takes me over to this right here. You can see where it's at. Go to the next one. And that's the surfing just on the other side. There's a surfing area right in here. And so on. So it pops you over to this over here, surfing area. Okay, brings you over here to this. And essentially, I caught the surf. Here, let me pop over that. Caught the surf right when it quit on the land, and that's it over here. To go surfing. One of these days, we're going to actually highlight some of the stuff on that. But again, the major part, what we try to do out here is to talk to people. So we want to actually get you in here right away at the beginning of the program if we can. And if you're the only one here, you actually are highlighted the whole time if you want it. But what happens is as soon as you kind of get in here and talk a little bit about yourself and see how you're doing in life, other people want to come in and kind of get involved with the conversation. So that's kind of how it works. Remember, you have to, if you're on YouTube just looking at this, there's no way for you to come inside here. I probably should have a link maybe in the description, but I don't. Because I want you to actually come to gminteractive.com. And on that front page, you're going to see all this same thing happening, except for now you're on the right page and there's a blue button underneath that yellow TV. This is what I call a TV, the actual format of the file that's playing for you. And at the bottom, there's a blue button, and that helps you come into the background. And then I bring you on stage, and essentially, let's see here. I got to get used to my other program here too. So I'm gonna take this thing here, auto. Okay, this is me. So actually, I go like this, See how I have my little square in the bottom there? GM Interactive. I'm in here on that square, but I'm also the avatar that's walking around going to be talking to different people. If you were an avatar already, you could pop in next to me and actually be talking to the people too. Um, I'd like to have you come in the studio so I can grab your audio at the same time you're actually maybe out here, like I'm doing right now. And if I grab your audio, it's much better audio. Um, and also, it's full-time audio. So if I'm jumping around or you're moving around out here, I have a full audio for the people that are watching on YouTube. That's kind of how this works. This over here is our toys that we play on that. Let's see, before the surf goes down, if I look right here, this is surfing over here. You're actually certain. Whoops, before, yeah, I knew it would go down. There we go. Okay. Anyway, the different boats. You have a canoe. These are boats that are made to ride that wave. So if you're riding on all of our other boats out here and you think you're going to come over to the wave or you have to avoid the wave because it might, you can ride the wave with a boat too, but that boat has to be tuned to the wave, and all of my boats are not. I purposely did that. I didn't want to mess you up if you're riding around in our boat. Anyway, I can tell by my controller because how I'm looking at different things here. I can tell if somebody comes in and no one is in here. So let's see here. I'm going to turn that part off. I guess it can sit there. It can sit there for a while. It shows you it's gminteractive.com. And I have a banner up here. So on this right here, GM Interactive, gminteractive.com. And on that website, you'll hit that blue button underneath the video you're looking at. And that video is live right now because I'm actually during the show. If you're listening to a video that I did yesterday, for instance, is the one right below this. It's on a playlist. So if you listen long enough, you actually go back in time as you go down the playlist and listen to all the shows. Or you can actually name which one you want when you get on the playlist if you know how YouTube works, right? GMinteractive.com. We're looking for some people who want to talk and get into a conversation about their life. We learn how to dream here. And it's a different talk show than ever before. The reason being is I'm usually in here without my avatar. So people can maybe recognize my voice right now. But that's just how it is, right? Sometimes people think that they have to actually be an avatar. And I don't want to scare you away, but I wanted to give you the full picture, at least the first couple shows here, on why I'm on my avatar. Some people like to talk, and they like to talk to a lot of people, but they don't have enough confidence maybe in themselves. And I found out that when you're in your avatar, you have a lot more confidence. And if you don't like somebody, you can just push a button and you're off and running to another direction. You don't have to stick around and talk to them. And that idea gives you an open to leave in your own mind anyway, right? For a while. So that's why I'm in the activity of the avatar here. This is our train station. And remember, we can fly. See, here's a TP and so forth. And we can fly, so I don't have to go swimming. Here's my button right down here. I just pushed the one. This one right here is for fly. I pushed the button. I'm flying. Okay. And instead of walking now, I'm flying. Okay. And I can fly right over to here. This is our train station. I told you that I'm going to use a backup of me walking through the resort here as my avatar. If, we have a mermaid area. That's what this is all about. This right here is actually for men and women inside. We give that away if you like to be a mermaid. We have an area for that, and that is a costume that you can put on. Let's go upstairs. And I'll have more as time goes on here of different things that, and everything I have, I give away. So I'm not selling anything on the website or in land here. We do have a store that's in the sky. Let's see if we can see it from here. See that store up in the sky right there? See if I can control my camera right. There you go. That store has different layers on it. That's Angel Wings. That's the dead center of our area. It's right up above Big Blue. Shares the same audio. If Big Blue's actually got a concert or someone entertaining down there and you're up shopping, you're going to hear the same audio. So anyway, that's what that is all about. This Big Blue is my normal nightclub. But okay, so we're back here. These are just areas people can actually come in. When I say people, I mean people. Your avatar can come in here and they can watch different skiers and events. They have people who actually practice and do really good on surfboards, different qualifications and so forth. And of course, you'll get audio and everything during the event. There are no events today. Hasn't been an event really here yet, but there are events, and it takes the effort to act. Maybe we should talk about action. Nothing takes place until somebody makes action. Today, I'm making an action to actually show you guys how this works on my land. And I'm going to do that every day, 7 days a week. We're only on for about an hour. Right now, we got halfway through the show already. We're halfway through. And when I say an hour, that's relative time. If we happen to get busy, we have some guys that come in that actually cannot fit that hour time frame because they're working or in a school or just whatever day it is, and so on. Some people say, oh, that's just an excuse. No, we're all busy. Everybody's busy. You got to take time out to do the things you want to do and to make things happen for you. You don't have to make things happen for George or GM here. Make it happen for you. That's why we actually have every day coming in, different people, all on the same process. Come to gminteractive.com. Don't even need to go to YouTube as far as that goes. And if you are coming from YouTube and you go over to gminteractive.com, make sure that YouTube file, the audio itself, is turned down. So if you're coming from anywhere that's got audio, or you're playing a video in the background, or you got music playing in the background or whatever, when you come into a live show, that's bringing that music in with you. So, and obviously we don't want to have that happen. and there are times where you'll get feedback and all that. So, just play it smart. Everything is be cool though. I have a way I can mute things, and if you don't catch on, I can, for the show, that single show, I just, set you in the background somewhere if you didn't understand, and we'll take and deal with trying to correct that challenge, right? I try not to use the word problem. Oh, that's a problem. No, I try to use the word challenge because, if you know it's a problem and you want to correct it, it's not a problem anymore. So don't have to make it as big as you think it is right at the very beginning. Just come on in and relax a little bit. We'll tell each other's story. You're going to get a story from me probably every show. Every show I got something working. Something that's taking place. Well, this is our train station. And the train you catch is out front here. You see the tracks. And if you, the actual train, we only have one train, okay? So this one train, it takes 20 minutes to go around. So on the show here, I have to time it out just right, or I could actually have the train waiting here in a pause situation because I'm sitting in it and so on, controlling it. But other than that, it just keeps it going. So if you do see the train anywhere, it's going to be on this outside track. It's just going to go all the way around and around. This is over here was our old things. I was trying to get things going and found out that I actually like the train that I picked out. It's just a single car and opened up so you can actually see above you and so forth. In other words, it's really nice to have an open tour guide just by sitting in the train all by yourself. We have bikes you can ride right there, wearable. A wearable bike. That's the blue bike. And there's a purple bike around here too. I like the purple bike. They're both TP available. So if you're on it and you happen to have this HUD over here, you happen to have that HUD turned on and you go jumping around and you're riding a bike, you're wearing the bike, right? So it's just like clothes. It will jump around with you and make things happen. Just like this YouTube file that we're working with now on the show itself, it's worldwide. So is this resort. It's worldwide. So we remind people on the translators, because there are people that in their own country do not speak English all the time. I mean, there's a lot of English is the international language, but you still run across people that are in their own language. Even on our grid out here, we have different areas that are convenient and set up so they can actually, oh, okay, yeah, well, they're together with a lot of their friends. And then, of course, they don't need a translator, but that's why we have the two translators, because it's set up to help both directions. Okay. Anyway, and this thing on top, that is the HUD that I'm using over here on the left. And you'll see that in some of the key locations out here. If you miss it on our Welcome Center, you can get everything at the Welcome Center too if you want. Or Big Blue Bargain Basement, right? This up here, top, well, second one down on the left there. Let's go to the Bargain Basement. Okay. So right here lands in the center of the Bargain Basement. This is right below Big Blue. So that if there's entertainment up there, then you'll hear the sound. For the show, I have this mine right here. See this button? That's available for me to turn on. But I have a show going, so I don't need that. Don't need to have a distraction. I went through this yesterday, so I don't need to go through it again, but that's what it is. Sometimes you like to relax and watch TV. That's a set up really nice for YouTube. And my website is on there to give you an idea, right? Now, if you're shopping, down here, we'll start over here. If you're shopping and you're looking around for different clothes, this is actually set up for parties, okay? So we don't have, or I don't have handy, right off the spot, I don't have handy for you to come and actually create your own avatar. We do have them in the air. I have it, all this underneath at Big Blue Bargain Basement is where we're at, is set up for party type. But if you did want to help your avatar out, then you would go to TT Treasures. That's the building in the sky. TT Treasures. Let me show you what this is, right? The building in the sky. And we're on the first floor. And these are going to be set up. Each floor there's a purpose on each floor, right? For the ladies to have gowns, all their gowns. Different gowns and so forth. Everything's for free. I don't even have it for sale for zero. Mine is actually giving it to you. If you left click on anything that you would think is for sale, you'll see a hand. See how it turns to a hand? Well, when you see the hand, that means that if you click it, it will give it to you. And you put it in your inventory, set it all up, just like you bought it. And it's available for you to fill your closet worth of different types, different styles for you to use. If it gets into a position, let's see here, see, rose garden dress, pink bows, corset, whatever, go right down through them all. Here, we'll put that. Okay. Avatars themselves. I think are upstairs. We have actually people that take care of, well, we did, and right now we actually, if you like to do this kind of thing, we're always looking for people who want to help out with the resort. And if you like these type of things here, we show you how to do it and give you the privilege to make things happen as keeping up the areas, different areas that you see. If you like something, you can come and help out. This is all hair here. This particular one, what I do, I went upstairs. So this, we're on the second floor for hair. And for instance, this right here, this is what I'm wearing right there. I have a different pair of pants on, but I got that shirt on right there. Right here. Okay. And I have what we call the parents window. Let me give you a little hint, right? So the parents window, I'm actually wearing this one right here. Okay. I'm wearing that. And if I want to turn that HUD on, I have a HUD that turns on like this. I'm wearing that one right there. I can click a button and it actually changes my color of my shirt for my HUD. That's kind of how I do it. And for instance, I go black and white. I have it set up that my shoes actually change colors too. Just to give you an idea, right? Boom. Okay, my shoes match. But that just helps me out, some of the things. And we're on a resort, so I got a lot of water things, right? And a lot of water. Same thing with my shoes. Whales, let's see. Or Christmas time. It's coming up. Prepared for it already, right? Be prepared. Or just different things. But back to what I'm actually wearing. This down. What I'm wearing here is that right there, that shirt, and have it set up to where it's left click. You get that for the men. There you go. And it comes with the shorts. And I have this right here on the Pierce window. I have you're wearing the one right here, right? And of course, I changed. So let's go back to this. Okay. And I can just detach that. If I need it again, it's in here, and it's the only one that's not playing. All the one that are playing are all the brown is playing. All mine are on. So that's kind of how that works. If I wanted to change pants and so on to go to the same outfit, that's what I do. That's how I have that set up. Okay. Normally I leave this pretty much like this, so I can get back to it and change something if I have to. So there you go. That's the two stores that we have. What were we talking about? Oh, men's avatars and so on. We have special opportunity that Lone Wolf is his name, the one that owns the grid, or owns the company that has the grid going, right? He has given people who own land, everybody that owns land out here has the opportunity to have things on their land, obviously. But if they wanted to use their land for something and actually have a store, he gives you the store for free and shows you what's happening and dimensions and so forth. It's not a lot of land. You're not changing, buildings and so forth, but you are filling that a store up with things that you either want to sell or give away for free. You can do that. I actually have one of them too, the store set up. Okay, so let's go to somewhere else here. And I don't understand. I'll mention it again. Come on in. We're actually looking for people who want to talk about life, or, the name of the show is Let's Talk About It. Bring a subject in is how I used to say it, right? You bring the it factor in here and we'll talk about it. And that's pretty much what we're going to still be doing. And old folks can come on in here too. We're only on our second show to give you an idea. If you're just running across this, you're going, wow, George is on here. Tell your friends again, and we'll get the gang back together, or, start a whole new community. Essentially, that's what I love to do, is have the community going. Remember how to do that is to go to www.gminteractive.com. And on that page, let's see here. Yeah, here it is right here. On that page, I'm going to drag this over. On that page, that's it right here. This is me live, right? It's like I say, this is a picture maybe 10 years back now. And then the avatars over here. But this is what's playing now. And if I, of course, push that button, then I'm going to have a default and everything's going to go crazy on me. So I don't want to do that while I'm live. But how you come in is right here. You push that button and you'll come into the background. I'll hear a little noise. And when that happens, then I can go back to the studio, which I'm actually on to now on another screen. I got 3 screens in front of me. But anyway, then I bring you into world with me. So that's what that's all about. Let's use this thing. Let's go up and visit. And I'm listening for that all the time. Actually, even visually in front of me, it you show up pretty big, so I catch it right away. I just clicked on weddings over here on the left. This is kind of the HUD lets you jump around. Here's where we can have weddings. You know, bring your own minister if you want, or we'll find one for you. And it's set up right. It's not actually set up right now. It's set up that I can explain what's going on. You know, what colors you want, just like a normal wedding, you know, like the uh, having a wedding for yourself. Um, you got gift tables that are low and chairs to sit in to meet people as they come. How you want to work your wedding is up to you. You make things happen, right? And we even have a dance ball here. And on the dance ball, um, in OpenSim, it's different than Second Life. Second Life, I don't believe they actually can have, or they can, but they don't have NPC players or MP players, right? So they don't have that capability. But this one does. So you don't even have to have a partner if you don't want to. You can push buttons and change your partner out here. Anyway, too much explaining. Here you got your different seating, and usually if there was a wedding taking place and I need more chairs, I can actually create them and fix that up for you. We set that up ahead of time before your wedding. And you can see there's balls where your wedding party are standing, and the preacher, bride and groom over here, right? And that's how that works. Even from the wedding area, you can see our east coast and the docks and the different things that are taking place over here. Okay, that's our farm down there. You want to have horses or play with the horses, ride horses. You can ride anywhere. If there's a function going on, you might not want to ride your horse into the dance area and so forth, but it can be done if you wanted to make that happen. Everything is common sense stuff, folks. So there shouldn't be any problem with anybody doing what they need to get done without a big hassle. And you know, the question is, what happens if I run across somebody that has a hassle or is hassling you? Well, you get that information to uh, the landowner, and that landowner, if he can't handle it, they call the peacekeepers up, and the peacekeepers might even be in a position to contact our um, grid owner, depending on the time of day and so forth. And we can make that all happen. We can curtail it. And once it does happen, it doesn't happen again. So if somebody is in a position where they're always hassling somebody and it curtails, it doesn't come back. They're gone for IP, brand new, whatever takes place. They're just not welcome. So, okay, so this is that area. See if I can show this like this. Gives you an idea, right? wedding. It's a wedding chapel. Set up. Now I have mine. I have my avatar set up to where I'm not worried about time. My clock doesn't change my weather. That sun's going to be right there right now. My clock has stopped, if you will. Okay. Just because I like it like this. You can too. If you like it dark, for instance, world, environment, midnight. There you go. If you like it like this, you can be in that atmosphere because you get to control what you want. Those are shadows from my roof, right? We have real shadows here. We don't create them, with the shadow, how they used to do it. We don't do that. And it's so dark. Let me see. Yeah, it's dark out. And that will stay that way until I go back to either daytime or a particular environment. I like I said, world, environment, and go to midday, for instance. Wow. Okay, that's going to be pretty bright. Okay, you notice it's a lot brighter here now. So it depends on what you like, what takes place. Maybe the brightness will work better for our show. I don't know. We'll find out, right? I'll leave it here for a little bit. Remember, I leave double click on, so I can double click down to the sand. See, that's a long ways down. And in the water, right? Now, this is set up for canoes or people that, even avatars, after a while, what happened is, they don't want to be underwater. Only because of whoever's driving that avatar. But I have this set up to where all of this is really not deep. Purposely, all the way from the main area up here, okay, around the corner, I guess it gets a little deeper, us up and down. We actually have earthquakes in world where things change just a little bit. Keeps me alert and have to fix it up. Well, I'm walking over to our marina now here because I can't remember where this goes back to normal. I think right at the entrance here. And obviously it's not, I don't know how deep it is underneath there. You can actually go underneath the mountain there. But right here, it starts getting deeper, and then you're underwater. You can actually, as an avatar, meet a friend out here, have picnic area, sit down, which reminds me, I probably should put a bench or something up here. Makes it easier to have that picnic. If you have any suggestions while you're going through the resort, because we get feedback all the time. Oh, I wish we had this, wish we had that. That's what pretty much creates this, is somebody's idea, and then we come out and we create it for you. Some people have actually a whole grounds crew to where the owners don't even need to be builders of any kind. And that's okay too, right? Look at, there's a house over here. But yeah, this water here would be deep. There it goes, right there. Okay. Okay, even see me, hear me breathing. And the marina, let me jump up here on the other marina. Just jump from the other side of that boat to up here. See the marina, you can actually go over to the marina here, or the zoo. I can show you the zoo, different areas. The ship. This is the marina right here. And it's right across from our, what we call my number one house. Remember, nobody lives on this, but I call it number one. We used to have this be the only house on here, and I decided to use that same house for our staff to use. It's real handy in the living room for meetings, different meetings that take place. If you want to be a staff member, doesn't cost you anything, but it's also volunteer. And it's your energy that we're looking for. Your ideas, ingenuity, your teamwork play, if you will, on the different styles that can take place on a full resort. You got to have different things to keep different attitudes going for your customers that come in. Nothing costs money, but it's what type of fun that you can have, right? This here marina is set up that if you happen to have a boat anywhere on the grid, if you happen to have a boat and you know how to drive it around from area to area, we have an east gate. Let's go over to the east gate here. This is not the east gate. This is still the marina. Let's go to east gate. There you go. Okay, so this is the east gate. Right there is the gate coming in. If you're on the outside, remember all of our bridges, if you touch the bridge, it's going up, so it opens up for you. It will close on its own. It has a timer on it. Or if you want to close it early, you can actually click it again and it will close. Okay, so that's the east gate. You can park your boat right here if you want to kind of get out, read the rules. If it's your first time here, the rules are be friendly. Okay, I don't even know if I have the rules written down. I think I don't. This just talks about our place options, right? Wolf Territories grid introduction. Aha, you want to know about our grid? We fixed that all up. And our rules are over here. Okay. We have over on this is the east gate. On the west gate, we have the same thing. Let's go to the west gate. Obviously, that's the west, right? And let's show you where that gate's at. That's over here. That's the welcome gate there. Same thing. But that's the edge of our land. So you click the bridge and it will open up. Make that happen for you. And same thing here. This is Breathe Resorts introduction. And then I have over here the territories introduction to our grid, different things. And I got that from, see if I have him here. Here he is right here from Bobby. We have an AI. And Bobby will answer any questions about the grid, in addition to a little bit about our resort. Okay. Now, we had some troubles in the past of the company that does our audio out here was in deep trouble. In other words, things were just not working so good for them. And they closed down for a while. I get maybe 2 weeks, something like that. But that's a long time to, not be talking to people. But it does get everybody in the mood of actually typing, because you can open up your Nearby chat and be able to type, right? I could leave that open and be able to listen to people coming on and offline. These guys are online now. They're just not in our area right here, but they're at their own home, and only the people that are friends of mine. Okay. There you go. It's a different atmosphere when everybody is always helping. So anyway, back to the audio. At one time, they used to use the audio for the voice part of your mission in life from Discord. And right there is our audio line from Discord. And I don't have that even turned on myself right now. I don't follow it. But if you did it and the second person did it, you'd actually have audio if you didn't have something already taken place yourself. You know, in World, if you're brand new and don't realize it, you can talk to each other, and you see that green above me that's blinking away. You can actually turn that off, but we like to leave that on so you can tell when your audio is turned on into World if you're talking. It also moves your mouth, so when during the video, you can see that my mouth is moving, who's talking at the time. If there's several people talking, you can actually tell what's going on. When you write notes on the Nearby, this is called a Nearby chat. I say hello, I'm talking nearby. And see this above me right here? Jim Interactive Resident. And it says hello. Well, that will only be there for a little bit, and then it kind of fades away, or at least because I don't even have mine turned on. So that will actually fade away. Or some people like to actually ride with it. Okay. In other words, you have this name tag. See how it's gone? The name tag's gone itself. It will show up if someone was talking with that hello when I talked. It would be me. If someone else is over here, it would show theirs to me, right? Or you can actually, this right here, you can turn this on, and this will also be your label for your names if you want. I'm going to, right here, I'm going to turn mine off. But things happen automatically. What you might not know as a beginner is that if I was in a dance, obviously, sometimes that audio is turned off because people can't control themselves and talk while the song is on. So rather than interrupting everybody, they have that function of talking at the event turned off. That depends on the entertainer, how they want to work that, or the nightclub person, or however, right? Just rules that they have. But that doesn't stop you from talking. You can make a phone call. So you can actually get in conversation with somebody. If I was to open up a conversation with somebody, and I can actually right here, I am or call, that call will call them. And they answer the phone. And therefore, you as an individual, talking to them as an individual on the phone, nobody hears what's going on. Your dance partner, for instance, if you want to talk with your dance partner and everybody else, they don't get to hear you. So there are ways that you can talk to each other in a singular manner, or maybe even a telephone conference call. bring another person in on for 3 people into a call, or 4 or 5, or however you want to bring in on that call. But it's all in the open. And it's past my hour time already. So see how that goes this quick? I'm gonna go ahead and end the show. Maybe I'll go over here, right? In the helicopter, right? I don't know if you've been in a helicopter with a avatar before, but this is my cockpit. Yes, I can drive the helicopter around. Maybe we'll take a trip another day, right? Jump out here on the ground. I thank everybody for listening. This is going to be on file. So, if you hear this 2 and 3 years down the road, you get back to this file, you'll at least learn something about what we have every show. This is the Welcome Center. So if you wanted to pick up all kinds of different boats here, not to buy them, not to actually take them away. If you want them, ask me about them. I might be able to give you one. But it's for the people who take and want to visit. We have different things. Look at this one. We have 2, it's pedal. And it's fun. I noticed the other day that our swans are not working properly, so I am going to have that checked into. But you can tell that you can make things happen. If it doesn't work for you, or if you get hung up somewhere, don't worry about it. Just leave it. We have people. Our staff loves to go around and say, "Oh, look at these guys. They left a balloon caught in a tree," or you know what I mean. We want to make it all happen for you. We want to have it a pleasant visit. We don't get mad at people unless you start harassing. And like I said, you start harassing, then you don't get to come back anymore. And that's your idea, having fun. Well, go have your fun somewhere else. So with that, I'm going to end the show. I want to appreciate everybody coming by and making it happen. I'm doing a lot of prompting here in the background. That's why. Sorry about this. Anyway, what you've been listening to is GM Interactive, kind of going through some of the highlights of our resort here. Name of the show is Let's Talk About It. And I can't believe how much delay. No wonder there's not a lot of feedback. Um, I don't understand this one, but wow, delay really is a long delay. That's the craziest thing ever. But it's there from audio, so perhaps everything worked, but the tail end. With that, I'm going to say thanks, folks, and we'll talk to you later.